Welcome back to my channel Paradox of Desire. If you want her to think about you all the time, ask her this: did you know that the human brain is wired to remember emotional experiences more than logical ones? It's why you can still recall the feeling of your first heartbreak or the rush of excitement from an unexpected compliment. Studies in psychology show that people don't fall for others just because of looks or status. It's about how those people make them feel in the moment. So what if I told you that just one question asked in the right way could make her think about you all the time? Not just when you're around, but in those quiet moments when she least expects it. Sounds crazy, right? But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to do it, and if you stick around till the end, I'll even share a bonus question that's so powerful it will completely shift the way she sees you. So let's get into it. Welcome to Emma, your go-to channel for real relatable advice on navigating the complexities of love and relationships. Question number 1. If you could relive any moment in your life, which one would it be? This question isn't just about nostalgia, it's about tapping into deep emotions that have shaped her. When you ask this, you're inviting her to revisit a moment that meant something, a memory that left a mark. And here's the secret: when she connects with that emotion while talking to you, you become part of that emotional experience. Imagine she tells you about a childhood memory with her grandmother, maybe baking cookies in the kitchen or sitting outside on a summer evening, listening to stories. At that moment, she's not just remembering her grandma. She's feeling the warmth, the love, the comfort, and you are the person bringing that feeling to the surface. Now, instead of just saying "that's nice," go deeper. Say, "That's beautiful. I can see why that moment means so much to you. What's something she taught you that still sticks with you today?" See what just happened. You're not only making her feel heard, but you're also guiding her into a more meaningful conversation. And trust me, deep conversations like these, they don't just end when the conversation does, they stay with her. And so will you. Question number 2. What's the craziest dream you've ever had that you still want to achieve? Most people go through life without ever being asked about their dreams. Think about it. When was the last time someone genuinely asks you about what excites you, what makes you feel alive? Probably not that often, and that's exactly why this question is so powerful. When you ask her this, you're doing something rare. You're making her feel seen, understood, and inspired, all in one sentence. You're shifting the conversation from the usual small talk to something that actually matters. Now, let's say she tells you, "I've always wanted to live in Italy for a year." Most guys would just say, "Oh wow, that sounds cool," but you're not most guys. Instead, you ask, "That's incredible. What's stopping you from doing it?" Boom, suddenly she's not just sharing, she's thinking deeply. She's reflecting on her own fears, limitations, and desires, all while talking to you. And guess what? That conversation will stay with her, because when someone makes you reflect on your dreams, you don't forget that moment, and you don't forget the person who made you feel that alive. Question number 3. What's the most unexpected thing that has ever happened in your life? Our brains are wired to hold on to surprises. Think about it: when life throws something completely unexpected at you, whether it's a random encounter, a twist of fate, or a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, it sticks with you. That's why this question is so powerful. When you ask her this, you're inviting her to tap into that rush of excitement, shock, or awe, and now you're the person triggering that feeling. Let's say she tells you about a time she ran into a celebrity at a coffee shop. Maybe she was just minding her own business when Suddenly someone taps her on the shoulder and it's an actor she absolutely loves. Instead of just saying, "Wow, that's cool," elevate the conversation. Laugh and say, "I swear life throws the best surprises. If you could plan your next unexpected adventure, what would it be?" Now you've taken her from reminiscing to imagining. You're making her think about new possibilities, new adventures, new excitement, all while talking to you. And here's the best part: people crave unpredictable ability. We remember those who bring a sense of spontaneity and excitement into our lives. So by asking this, you're not just making conversation, you're subtly making her associate you with adventure, and that's the kind of thing she won't forget. Question number 4. If you could have dinner with anyone alive or dead, who would it be? This question does more than just spark an interesting conversation. It gives you a direct insight into who she admires, what she values, and how she thinks. And here's the thing: most people aren't ask questions like this. When you ask her this, she's not just giving you a name. She's revealing a part of herself. Maybe she says Maya Angelou. Now most guys would say, "Oh, that's cool," but you go deeper. You respond with something like that. Makes sense. What's a lesson from her that's influenced how you live? Suddenly she's not just talking about Maya Angelou. She's talking about her own values, her beliefs, the things that shape her. And you're the person guiding her through that conversation. That's what makes this so powerful. You're not just chatting, you're showing intellectual curiosity, and let's be honest, that's rare. Most guys stay surface level, but when you're someone who actually listens, who challenges her to reflect, who engages with her on a deeper level, you become someone she wants to keep talking to, and more importantly, someone she can't stop thinking about. Question number 5. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be? This isn't just a casual question, it's an invitation into her mind and heart. You're asking her to think about what truly matters to her, what she wishes was different about the world, and what she stands for. And here's the secret: women admire men with purpose. When you bring up this question, you're showing that you're not just here for small talk, you actually care about bigger things, and that's attractive. Let's say she anus, "I'd make education free for everyone." Most guys might nod and say, "Yeah, that would be great," but you take it further. You say, "That's powerful." What do you think is the first step in making that happen now? Instead of just stating her wish, she's thinking through it, processing it, and engaging in a meaningful conversation with you. And here's the best part: when people talk about what they're passionate about, they light up, they get energized, and when she feels that energy while talking to you, she connects that feeling to you. You're not just another guy she talked to. You're someone who made her feel heard and respected. That's how you leave an impression. That's how you stay on her mind. Before we proceed, if you find value in this video, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us grow and makes you an integral part of our journey, and we deeply appreciate your contribution. Now let's return to our discussion. Question number 6. What's the most memorable experience you've had, and why is it so special to you? This question does something most people don't realize. It anchors emotions to specific experiences, and when she revisits those emotions while talking to you, guess what? You become part of that memory. Think about it: when you remember your most unforgettable moment, it's not just the event itself that stands out, it's the way it made you feel, the excitement, the nostalgia, the happiness. It all comes rushing back. Now imagine she shares a story about a solo trip she took to a country she'd always dreamed of visiting. Maybe she describes walking through the Streets tasting the food, me meeting new people. You don't just listen, you engage. You say, that's amazing, I can literally see your excitement. What made that place so magical for you? See the difference. You're not just acknowledging her story. You're pulling her deeper into the feeling. You're making her relive it right there in that moment. And here's where it gets powerful: when people relive their happiest experiences, their brains release dopamine, the same feel-good chemical linked to attraction and emotional bonding. By guiding her through this moment, you're subconsciously attaching that rush of excitement and happiness to your presence. And once that happens, she won't just remember the story, she'll remember you. Question number 7. If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go and why? This question isn't just about destinations, it's about escapism and adventure. And here's the thing: people don't just fall for others because of who they are, but because of how they make them feel. When you get her to imagine herself in an exciting, dreamy place, you're creating a shared experience, even if you're just talking. Let's say she picks Japan. Most guys would say, oh cool, Japan looks amazing. But you take it up a notch. You say, I can see you now lost in the streets of Kyoto. What's the first thing you do when you land? Now suddenly she's there. She's picturing herself stepping off the plane, breathing in the air, exploring temples, tasting ramen, and the best part, she's picturing it while talking to you. That's how you subtly build attraction, by making her associate you with excitement, adventure, and the thrill of possibilities. And here's a little psychological trick: when people daydream while engaging with someone, their brain links that feeling of excitement to the person they are with. You become part of that experience, so the next time she sees a travel video or thinks about her dream trip, guess who might pop into her mind? Question number 8. What's the biggest risk you've ever taken, and was it worth it? This question does something subtle but incredibly powerful. It taps into courage and resilience, two things that women deeply respect in a man. Why? Because life isn't easy, and the people who take risks and push past fear are the ones who stand out. When you ask this, you're inviting her to open up about a moment when she bet on herself, when she stepped into the unknown despite the fear, and that's where real connection happens. Let's say she tells you about the time she quit her job to pursue her passion. Most guys would say, wow, that's brave. But you take it further. You ask, what's the most surprising thing you learned from that experience? Now she's not just living the risk, she's reflecting on the growth that came from it. And because you're the who led her to that realization, you're no longer just another guy in her life. You're someone who makes her think deeper, feel more, and reflect in a way that most people don't. And here's the magic: when someone shares a moment of vulnerability with you, it strengthens the emotional bond. The deeper the conversation, the stronger the connection. By asking this, you're not just making small talk, you're creating real depth, and depth, that's what makes someone unforgettable. Question number N. If you could go back in time and give advice to your younger self, what would it be? This question isn't just about reminiscing, it's about growth, wisdom, and self-reflection. And when you ask someone to look back at their journey, you're giving them the chance to share their struggles, lessons, and victories. Here's why this works so well: people love to feel like they've evolved. It's human nature to want to look back and say, wow, I've come a long way. And when you bring that moment into the conversation, you become the person who helps her appreciate her own progress. Let's say she says, I tell myself to stop doubting myself. Most guys would say, yeah, self-doubt can be tough. But you take it deeper. You say, that's powerful. What's one moment that made you finally Start believing in yourself now. She's not just recalling a general lesson, she's diving into a specific turning point in her life. Maybe it was when she finally stood up for herself, took a chance on an opportunity, or overcame a fear, and in that moment, she's feeling those emotions all over again with you as the one guiding the conversation. This is how you create a real emotional connection, by giving her the space to be vulnerable, proud and reflective all at once. And the best part, when someone shares something deeply personal with you, it naturally strengthens the bond, because you're no longer just having a conversation, you're sharing a moment, and moments like these, they don't get forgotten. Question 10. What's the best advice you've ever received, and from whom? Some questions make you think, others make you feel. This one does both. When you ask her this, you're inviting her to reflect on the wisdom that has shaped her, the lessons that have influenced her mindset, and the moments that have truly stuck with her. And here's what makes it so powerful. When people recall advice that deeply resonated with them, they are tapping into the emotions tied to that moment. Let's say she says, "My mom always told me never settle for less than what makes you truly happy." Most guys would just nod and say, "That's great advice," but you take it a step further. You ask, "Wow, that's amazing advice. How has that shaped the way you see relationships now?" She's not just talking about Maya Angelou, she's talking about her own values, her beliefs, the things that shape her, and in that moment you're learning something deeply personal about her. And here's the beauty of it: when someone reflects on their own wisdom, they feel more connected to the person who made them reflect. So by asking this, you're not just making conversation, you're making her think, feel, and connect with you on a deeper level, and that's what makes you unforgettable. Bonus question: what's one thing you've always wanted to try but have been too afraid to attempt? If you've made it this far, you're not just here to have surface level conversations, you want stand out. And that's exactly what this question does. Most people have at least one thing they've always dreamed of doing but never had the courage to try. It could be skydiving, moving to a new country, starting a business, or even something as simple as learning how to dance. When you ask this, you're tapping into her deepest desires and fears at the same time, and that's powerful, because when someone shares both their excitement and hesitation with you, it creates an instant sense of trust and intimacy. Let's say she says, "I've always wanted to go skydiving, but I don't know if I could actually jump." Most guys would laugh and say, "Yeah, that's scary," but you turn it into something fun and playful. "All right, I'm holding you to that. When are we booking the tickets now?" Instead of just talking, you're creating a shared experience, something thrilling, something exciting, something she can imagine doing with you. And hear the thing: when people visualize something exciting with someone, their brain begins to associate that rush of adrenaline with the person they were talking to. So even if she never jumps out of a plane, guess what? You've already planted the thought of adventure with you by her side. That's how you go from being a conversation she had to a person she can't stop thinking about. If you made it this far, I want to know you're part of our real community. Dropped the word "unfor" in the comments, so I know you're someone who values deep connections. And if you got value from this, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and make sure more people can see content like this. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on notifications, because we drop content like this every single day. Now, before you go, we've handpicked another video just for you. It's right there on your screen. Go ahead and check it out, because if you enjoyed this, I know you're going to love that. 1 2 Thanks for watching and I'll see you back here tomorrow.